Hello everyone. Welcome to our Unit 3 Midpoint quiz review for Fall 2024 World History. Today, we'll embark on an exciting journey through ancient civilizations that thrived around the Mediterranean Sea. Get ready to explore the Minoans, Phoenicians, Persians, and Greeks, and discover how their contributions have shaped our modern world. Let's dive in. Maps of ancient civilizations. Let's begin by setting the scene with some maps. Here you can see the locations of the Minoan and Mycenaean civilizations, as well as Phoenicia. Notice how these civilizations were strategically positioned along the Mediterranean Sea. This prime location played a crucial role in their development and interactions with other cultures. Geography of Greece. Greece is a land of majestic mountains and rugged terrain. The mountainous landscape made it challenging to travel overland, leading the Greeks to become skilled sailors and traders. Instead of a unified nation, Greece developed into independent city-states known as polis. The sea wasn't just a barrier, it was a highway that connected these city-states to the wider world. Keep in mind how geography can shape the destiny of a civilization. The Minoans of Crete. Let's meet the Minoans, pioneers of ancient innovation. Advanced infrastructure. They developed sophisticated storage systems for olive oil and innovative plumbing systems. Imagine having running water thousands of years ago. Artistic achievements. The Minoans were famous for their frescoes, vibrant wall paintings that adorned their palaces and buildings. Trade networks. They traded extensively along the Mediterranean, spreading their influence and connecting with other cultures. Think about how these advancements reflect a highly developed society and how trade facilitated cultural exchange. The Phoenicians, masters of the sea. Next up are the Phoenicians, renowned mariners and traders, creators of the alphabet. The Phoenicians developed one of the first alphabets, a groundbreaking system that influenced future writing systems, including our own. Trade experts. They established vast trade networks throughout the Mediterranean. Purple dye, famous for producing and trading a very expensive purple dye made from murex shells. This dye was a symbol of royalty and wealth in the ancient world. Consider the lasting impact of the Phoenician alphabet on communication and how their trade networks enabled cultural diffusion. The Persian Empire, a global force. Now, let's delve into the mighty Persian Empire, which lasted from 1000 to 500 BCE. Metallurgical advancements. They spread knowledge of metallurgy, enhancing tools and weaponry. Trade connections. The Persians established long-distance trade routes linking India, Greece, Egypt, and Southwest Asia. Cultural tolerance, known for tolerating diverse cultures and religions within their vast empire. Conflicts with Greece. The Persians fought major wars with the Greek city-states, events that significantly influenced both civilizations. Reflect on how the Persian Empire's policies and conflicts shaped the ancient world. Alexander the Great, conqueror and cultural bridge. Introducing Alexander the Great, a pivotal figure in history. Defeated Persian kings. Through his conquests, he created one of the largest empires of the ancient world. Cultural diffusion. He spread Greek culture, Hellenism, into Egypt, Persia, and India. Hellenistic Age. This era saw the blending of Greek, Persian, and Indian cultures, known as Hellenistic culture. Empire's legacy. After his death, his empire dissolved into 4 kingdoms, but the cultural impacts remained profound. Think about how Alexander's actions led to widespread cultural exchange and the lasting effects of the Hellenistic Age. Cultural achievements of ancient Greece. Ancient Greece was a powerhouse of innovation and creativity. Epics and literature. Works like Homer's Iliad and Odyssey are foundational to Western literature. Philosophy. Thinkers such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle explored profound questions about life, ethics, and governance. Democracy. Pioneered the concept of democracy, particularly in Athens, a system where citizens had a voice. Mathematics and science. Mathematicians like Archimedes made significant contributions to geometry and engineering. Olympics. The tradition of athletic competition promoted unity and excellence. Architecture and engineering. Greeks excelled in architectural design, evident in structures like the Parthenon. Mythology. Rich myths that explain natural phenomena and human nature. Consider how these achievements have influenced art, science, government, and culture throughout history. Athens versus Sparta, a tale of two city-states. Let's compare two of Greece's most famous city-states, Athens and Sparta. Athens. Government. Practiced democracy, where citizens participated in decision-making. Education. Focused on learning, philosophy, and the arts. Education was highly valued for men. Economy. Thriving trade economy with a powerful navy. Society. Center of arts and culture. Women had little freedom in education. Leadership in war. In times of war, a Greek tyrant might take over temporarily. Sparta. Government. Ruled by an oligarchy of two kings and a council. Military focus. Boys were trained as soldiers from a young age. Society centered around military strength. Economy. Relied on conquest and agriculture. Society. Women had more freedom and status compared to other Greek city-states. They were expected to be strong to raise warriors. Culture. Emphasized discipline, obedience, and simplicity. Think about how these different approaches to governance and society shaped the identities of Athens and Sparta. Philosophers who shaped thought. Meet the brilliant minds of ancient Greece. Socrates. Born in 470 BCE, refused payment for his teachings, believing in the value of knowledge for its own sake. He questioned traditional values and encouraged critical thinking through the Socratic method, teaching by asking questions. Rejected relativism, believing in universal truths. And we know of Socrates primarily through the writings of his student Plato. Plato, devoted follower of Socrates, founded the Academy in Athens around 387 BCE, a center for learning and philosophical debate. Explored ideas about justice, reality, and the ideal state in his writings. Aristotle, born in 384 BCE, student of Plato, he studied at the Academy for 20 years before returning to Macedonia. He tutored Alexander the Great, studied politics and categorized governments into monarchy, rule by one person; oligarchy, rule by a small group; democracy, rule by the many. Emphasized empirical observation and logic. Consider how these philosophers' ideas continue to influence modern thought and philosophy. Scientists and innovators. Ancient Greece was also home to groundbreaking scientists. Hippocrates, known as the father of medicine, believed diseases had natural causes, not punishments from the gods. Established ethical standards for medical practice, the Hippocratic Oath, which is still referenced today. Herodotus, called the father of history, the first writer to conduct systematic research to determine historical facts, authored the Histories, providing detailed accounts of events like the Greco-Persian Wars. Archimedes, a brilliant mathematician, astronomer, engineer, and inventor, known for inventing the screw-shaped device for raising water, now called the Archimedes screw, developed principles of levers and pulleys. He made significant contributions to geometry, including the study of cylinders. Reflect on how these individuals advanced human understanding in their respective fields. Homer, the epic poet. Let's not forget Homer, one of the greatest poets of ancient Greece, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Epic poems that tell the stories of heroes, gods, and legendary adventures. Now considered foundational works of Western literature, provided shared myths and values that unified Greek culture. Think about how these stories have endured through the ages and continue to inspire. Influence on modern-day United States. The legacies of ancient Greece have profoundly impacted modern society, especially in the United States. Democracy. The Athenian model of citizen participation laid the groundwork for modern democratic systems. Citizenship. Emphasis on civic duty and responsibility has influenced contemporary views on citizenship. Trial by jury. The concept of a jury of peers deciding legal cases originates from Greek legal practices. Philosophy and ethics. Greek philosophical thought underpins much of Western ethical and philosophical frameworks. Consider how these ancient ideas are woven into our government, society, and legal systems today. Essential vocabulary. Let's review some essential vocabulary terms. Polis, an independent city-state in ancient Greece. Fresco, a method of painting on freshly laid plaster. Metallurgy, the science of working with metals. Cultural diffusion, the spread of cultural beliefs and social activities from one society to another. Hellenistic, relating to Greek history, culture, or art after the death of Alexander the Great. Democracy, government by the people, either directly or through elected representatives. Oligarchy, a form of government where power rests with a small group of people. Philosophy, the study of fundamental questions about existence, knowledge, and ethics. Socratic method, teaching by asking thought-provoking questions to stimulate critical thinking. Monarchy, government ruled by a single person such as a king or queen. Relativism, the idea that views are relative to differences in perception and consideration, something Socrates rejected. Ensure you're familiar with these terms. They're key to understanding the material. Essential questions for review. As you prepare for your quiz, ponder these essential questions. How did Greece's mountainous geography influence the development of independent city-states, polis? What were the significant contributions of the Minoan and Phoenician civilizations to the Mediterranean world? How did the Persian Empire manage to link diverse regions, and what were the causes and effects of their conflicts with Greece? In what ways did Alexander the Great's conquests and the resulting Hellenistic age facilitate cultural diffusion? How did the governments and societies of Athens and Sparta differ, particularly regarding education, military, and the role of women? How have the philosophies of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle shaped Western thought and modern disciplines? What advancements did ancient Greek scientists and innovators like Hippocrates, Herodotus, and Archimedes contribute to their fields? Why are Homer's epics significant, and how did they influence Greek culture? How have ancient Greek concepts of democracy, citizenship, and legal practices impacted modern-day United States? What are the characteristics of monarchy, oligarchy, and democracy? And how did Aristotle categorize these forms of government? Reflecting on these questions will deepen your understanding and help you excel in your quiz. Conclusion. Thank you for joining this review session. Ancient civilizations like the Minoans, Phoenicians, Persians, and Greeks have left an enduring legacy that shapes our world today. As you study, remember to consider how geography, culture, innovation, and influential individuals interconnected to forge the foundations of modern society. Keep exploring, stay curious, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Good luck on your Unit 3 Midpoint quiz. You've got this. Until next time, keep embracing the adventure of learning history. Remember, understanding the past empowers us to make sense of the present and shape the future. Happy studying!